going to live stream the meeting. Let's see how we go.
Oh, yeah,
Actually, it's your Sunday, which is a good time. So thank you for being brave with me, Tim.
Right, no problem.
I just want to
I
switch
knew
my
this was coming
fireplace.
from.
You did. I know you did. But thank you for creating.
They
Hold
told
on.
me.
Wait.
They
Oh,
told me.
we're on. Wait. Hold on. Let's see how we go. Actually, it's your Sunday, which is a good time. So thank you for
Some delay.
Okay, hold on. There's a delay. What do we do?
Like a 7-second delay. Just turn on the volume on the other one and just listen to us.
Turn the volume down.
Yeah, on like just on those screens, and then you should be able to hear me and you talk, and just still go through.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So there we go. So do I turn the? So I've turned it down there.
That should be it.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Now just type like, can anyone hear me in the chat?
Okay, let's see.
In there.
Okay. Whew, my stomach is burning right now. Let's see how we go.
So you do it live every time. We never do 2 takes.
Okay, so how do we analytics Timothy Jane for watching now? Hey guys, welcome to myself, Michelle Carpenter, and we have comments. Hold on, comments are not supported on private videos. So how do I change privacy settings?
Yeah.
Just
public.
So public, okay. Let's see. Was this helpful? Yes. I'm hoping that we'll be able to. Otherwise, we'll just have to keep going. Change playlist privacy settings. Sorry, guys. We're just experiencing a few things here. Okay, let's just see how we go, Tim. I'm going to come back to you. I don't know where you've gone.
I can still see you. I can hear you and see you.
Can you see me? Oh my God, I can't hear you. Hold on. Where are you? YouTube help. I can't. No. YouTube. Damn it, where you going, Tim? You see?
I see you.
Okay, I see you.
I see you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back to my Zoom. Oh, there we go. Okay, I see you. Okay, the meeting's all right. And then I think it's been recorded as well. No, it just goes. It will go straight into YouTube. Hey.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay. All righty.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. So to all of you that are here, I cannot see who's here at the moment, but welcome to myself, Michelle Carpenter, and I have my really wonderful friend, Timothy James, with me today. Tim has been pushing me for a while to go live, and I'm hoping to goodness that this is going to come out in a great way, and I'm incredibly grateful to Timothy. He's been, I feel, pretty brave being here with me, because as you can see, I'm not very great with technology. Tim's trying to teach me, so thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here. If you can comment. If you can't, I think this gets saved and then we go, and I'll be able to put it onto my YouTube channel. But Tim has asked and offered to for me to channel today. And for those of you who don't know the Council of Eight, they are angelic beings of light. They are ascended masters who have once walked the earth planes. And they speak truth. They speak very openly. They laugh at us a lot as human beings, and they are here to share wisdom. So a little bit about myself and Tim's journey. Tim, share with us, I don't even know how long ago we met each other. It was through Jill.
Jill Cole, December 13th, 2022.
How do you even remember that?
Because you did a free session with Jill and yourself, and then and Jill asked you to tune into me, and you started crying. You're like, oh man, he's messed up. And then after that, you called me and you were like, you need to do a session, and we did.
That's right, I do remember. So Tim's story is on my YouTube channel too, and just in brief, and please interrupt me, Tim, if I get it wrong. So Tim had an operation many years ago on your neck.
Yep.
And they had left pieces of plastic into your body.
Sutures.
What?
Sutures?
Sutures?
Yeah.
That's right.
Dissolved, yeah.
and all Tim had wanted was to, he went from one place to the next, and he just wanted, because the pain was unbearable, he just wanted them to take the sutras out, and sutras, sorry. And then I felt Tim's deep sadness, and we'd had a session together, and the Council of Eight had started their tonings quite a few years ago. And what I'm loving is that in each session, each person's vibration, as we all are, we're all different. And in each person's session, and I don't know what came through, I think it was that session, correct, Tim, where I started toning, or was it when your dad came through? I can't remember.
Afterwards, you were like, oh, they want to come through, so they're coming through, and like you just start doing it. Like we wrote plans, we didn't tape it.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
So,
And the tonings that came through at the time would blew my mind, but I think you and Lauren had either texted me or emailed me, or it was a follow-up that we had, I can't remember, the way you said that the sutras, sorry, started popping out of your body,
yeah, everywhere. I had hundreds
which
of them.
which is
Something
in
like
hundreds, really. Wow. Wow.
that.
And I know Tim has said that they have been incredibly painful. Are there still more that are coming out, Tim?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Feels like it's almost done, but you never know. It's been
Got you.
11 years, so I thought
El-
everybody made itself in 7, but if they're pushing them around, if it doesn't settle, it's like almost organic. They're
Yeah.
supposed to be good.
Yeah. Wow. So it's incredibly, I feel incredibly honored to not only bring the Council of Eight through, but to share this with everyone who is open to wanting to hear, open to, oops, okay, I've got myself back on YouTube. So, hold on. So that's great. Okay, hi Deanie, hi Leanne. Great, okay, we've got a Deanne from Brooklyn. Alrighty, Tim, woohoo, we're
Hi,
good to go.
Queen. I'll rock away.
Okay, so Brooke, hi, welcome. Okay, great. So I can see people are now able to see us, and we are able to share the wisdom of the Council of Eight. And is there anything that you want to add, Tim? Like I say, Tim has been pushing me. There's been beautiful moments that Tim has shared with us. Tim and his beautiful beautiful wife Lauren, and they really have. They've been going, Michelle, have you tried this and have you tried that? And before I started to record, I said to Tim, I get so overwhelmed with this kind of stuff. And as believe it or not, as much as I can see myself and I put myself out there, I've come out of a weekend of a bit of fear once again, and I was calling people arseholes, which I shared on the Council of Eight community this morning. And I'm like, man, I've still got
Yeah.
to learn to love. I've still got issues, people. But this is Tim's session, and Tim was and has been brave enough to say, let's do a Council of Eight session. Tim has really believed in their gifts, which I think is incredibly honoring. And I feel incredibly grateful for this opportunity. And I'm not able to read the comments while I'm channeling, just so you know. I do drink water, and they come through, and they share what they need to share. And Tim is able to ask questions, but I will keep checking in and seeing how we go into the live, and see how we just keep going until we know what we know.
Yeah.
You see, I'm so
I'm trying
nervous when I can't. I'm gonna stay
I'm
on
trying my
Zoom,
phones.
guys. I'm gonna stay on Zoom because, like you see, I kind of get like, oh my God, there's
Yeah.
more people. Oh shit, there's more people. So
The
it's
thing
easier
is,
for me
you
to.
always do it. You do it in one take all the time. You always do it live in one shot, perfect. So this is no different.
Thanks,
No
Tim.
different.
I know my heart's freaking like.
I can feel it. I know.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
But once the Council of Eight comes through, Michelle, the personality, steps aside, and I'm incredibly grateful for this opportunity. And Tim always has these incredible questions for the Council of Eight. He's an absolute researcher, and I love always having him in our community. He has a wealth of wisdom, but the beautiful acknowledgement of their work and their tonings and their vibration and their resonance of who they are, is that Tim is healing. Tim was just sharing with me that he wasn't able to wear shoes. If you had seen Tim, what, two years ago, what was the date again, Tim?
December 13th, 2022.
Yeah. Okay. So that's, yeah, a year and a half almost. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's,
And
yeah.
yeah, 22, 23. Yep, that's right. Tim is a very different man. And I can say that with absolute, absolute beauty. I don't live with him, so just letting you know that. We need his wife to confirm that. But for me, to see you laugh, Tim, is incredible. You know, you said you exercising again, and Tim wasn't able to do these things, and that's the beauty of having him here. And we've walked this journey together, and I always feel incredibly privileged and honored to be able to walk these journeys with beautiful human beings. So I'm going to bring them through, Tim, and I don't know where we're going to go, and
Wow.
I'll see you on the other side. We welcome you today. We are eternally grateful for this experience. We know, beloved Timothy, that you are here, and as you have been shared and been told and been shared and been told and been shared and been told many times, notice how we use the words being shared and being told, being shared and being told. In the observation of the vibration of these human words, the human space that you have existed within has been what we would say chaotic. And you have brought this chaos into this lifetime. And as you are redefining and re-noticing that you are not the chaos any longer, we have said to you many times that you are vastly interconnected. And as your heart is opening, and as you are exploring that there is one unity, that there is one divine, that there is one consciousness. And as we are keeping Michelle's eyes closed right now, we say to you, we thank you, we applaud you, we thank you, we applaud you, we thank you, we applaud you. And as you are listening to this beat, your rhythm of who you are is where you are opening up yourself to be seen. We say to you, for many years you were hiding, and now you are coming into the forefront from a space of grace. And as we know that you are a remarkable human who has a world, how do we say this? A world of possibilities. And as you are opening up yourself to the world of possibilities, you are noticing that not every human has carried you in the forceful way that you have been carried in this lifetime and previous lifetimes. So now it is your time to plant your roots, to decide where you are going to grow your trees. We know that you have a vision, and this vision is coming in. Remember, it is not out there, it is here right now. And it is very much about the belief of how you are seeing humanity. Are we making sense right now?
100%.
Due to this chaotic energy that you brought into this vibration, into this human body, you have noticed that many humans have put you down. You too have felt put down. You too have felt put down. And you too have put them down. And now as you are opening up, the land is opening itself up to you. You are ready as you are noticing that humans are not all in the way that you saw in the eye of the beholder. Are we making sense?
Yes.
So we say to you that as you find the space of grace inside of you, as you have learned to slow down, as your body, as you've been giving yourself back to yourself, as you have been giving yourself the space of enlightenment, we say thank you. You are coming back home to yourself, beloved.
There it is.
We know you have questions. Please go ahead.
Okay. Which I love it. Well, there's a couple weird ones I wanted to talk about, but it's basically about I'm not sure the name of the mountain, but there's a place in Iceland, and it's a pyramid, and it's got like a crater in it, and it's in like the blue something mountains. I can't even pronounce it, but underneath it, it's got like chambers and stuff, and this is like old, like Orion old, and it was like some type of war over the technology, kind of like stuff that's going on today. You know what I mean? Like, cycles repeating and playing out. How old is this one? Because they don't have it like cataloged yet or anything.
Are you asking around the mountain itself and how old the mountain is?
No, the pyramid and the underground chambers that they fought over. Like the Orions were fighting with whoever was protecting that place. I don't know who was good or bad or whatever, but
This mountain, this pyramid, is 20,000 years before Christ.
yeah.
And we say to you that there are many, many, many lands that have been undiscovered as yet. We were talking about this morning, were we not? How we said to all of you in the group that there are so many places, that are being created in the division. And in this division, there will be much that will be seen. As you are well aware, there is a myth around the Atlanteans, and yet there is the Atlanteans that are rising once again.
Yep.
You have heard this many times, have you not?
Yeah, I believe it to be true.
Correct. And there is division. We have said this. There's a huge amount of division. You humans are wondering, who do we believe? Who do we look at? What do we do? When do we speak up? How do we speak our truth? And we say to you, it is very much about going within. Your souls all have a vast amount of knowledge, yet many of you humans have forgotten. And the lands that are currently being destroyed are the lands that will arise once again in a space of love, not a space of war. There are far too many wars that exist within humanity. Many of you war amongst yourselves. Many of you have the internal war inside of yourselves. It is simple, as we say. Our beloved channel Michelle, she too has been warring inside. And the war is as simple as the thought. Should I? I'm not sure. Maybe. Perhaps. And yet the universe does not exist in this frequency. Yet you humans do.
Their subconscious tricking us. Every time we figure them out, they make up another trick to keep us.
Well, how many times have you been tricked as a young boy?
Oh, couldn't even count them.
How many times were you the trickster?
Hey,
We know that there is a vast amount of change that is happening for many of you humans. And we know that this is a time of not scarcity. This is a time of reprieve. When one looks at scarcity, 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 notice how we use Michelle's hands. Many of you question. Once again, we say to you, you have leaders that have led you all astray, have they not? And in this frequency, they have become and allowed you all to think and become like robots.
Yep.
And now, as many of you are deciding that you are a part of the unity consciousness. Think of it like this, beloved. Many of you have been split. Your souls, due to the trauma that you have been in, due to the trauma that Michelle has been in, your soul finds a different space of existence as it becomes too much for the human inside of you to cope. So your soul is connected to all the different guidance and the guides that you have. And we say once again, we acknowledge you for being here, for sharing your story, as your story is a story to share. Yet when you were in that fight, and no one would listen, it was the fear that kept creeping in as a dark cloud. And we are going and we are using you as an example, as this is what has happened for many, many human beings. The fear. And then humans do not want to think that there's a duality that you all exist in. Yet your timelines are moving rapidly. Hence, many of you are deciding that you are important. Many of you are deciding that you are ready for this new truth. And the truth is all that exists inside of you. So when one is hating on another one, when one is looking outside of themselves, they are not within their truth. Yet the wisdom is opening itself up as the lands are opening themselves up. Yet you humans have claimed lands for eons. This is mine. You put your stamp of approval. How many of you think that you are going mad because do we believe that they landed on the moon or not? We're not too sure. Have they fooled us?
Yeah.
Well, you have been fooled by many.
It wasn't in a rocket.
You have been fooled many times by many different humans.
I think this goes back. Look, even back in the old days, it's the left-hand path with Emilius or Belial's the right-hand path. Right now, you got the right hand for the Democrats and Republicans to the left. You mean, you know how it goes. It's the same game they're playing over and over, and nobody catches on. I mean, they just keep repeating the same thing throughout history. It's like you gotta pick up
Well,
on
we
it.
love what you have said. It is a game.
Are we supposed to break it and get out of here?
You are already. It is not about breaking the systems, it's not about breaking the human beings.
Yeah.
These humans that have been gifted the ability to lead countries. It is a great gift to be honored with. Yet many are feeling the intensity in the vibrations of their hearts and their souls that they have given away their freedom. They have felt shackled for far too long. And we say to you that as many are recreating what it is that they want for themselves, fighting has never gotten anyone anywhere, correct?
Yep.
So even left stream, right stream, left stream, right stream. Who do we trust? We're not too sure. This takes you out of your own space of grace.
Yep. This
And
is how the
yet,
third.
please go ahead.
This is how the third Atlanteans, when they broke up, went down. It's almost like the same thing they're doing now. Like, look, we almost had the Cuban Missile Crisis right over there, the same spot, like right off to Cuba, like we were saying, missing places. There's gonna be a pyramid, and then if there's a pyramid, there'll be a sphinx there, and under the sphinx's paw, the right paw, like it's like the hidden hand. there should be the other Hall of Records, like 631 feet off the west of Cuba.
Well, Michelle has been using the term since she has come back from Egypt that she truly believes that humans have dummied themselves down.
Yep.
And we see this as a truth, not only because she has said it, yet many of you have. You have forgotten, as we have already said. The information is written on those walls. The information is exactly in how you are all interpreting, in what you are all seeing. So when you come from a space, from a state of grace, one only sees the human. One only sees the human in a space of love. And we know that there has been an existence for centuries of this change. And many of you are freaking out about what to do about Earth. How do we protect Earth? What do we do? How do we control it? And she is saying,
It'll shake us off like a tick.
correct. And
Yeah,
yet you humans are so clever. Look what you have designed. Look at the miracles, the walking, talking miracles. You, beloved Tim, are a walking, talking miracle. You are a foreseer. You are a movie director. Hence you have seen this for Michelle for a long time. And how long did Michelle resist? She is funny.
And they said you were a squirrel just like Lauren, so I knew what that meant.
Correct.
I had to let you get confident enough to meet your idea.
Well, as you are well aware,
it.
everyone lacks confidence on some level.
Mhm. But I
And it
can
was
see
never correct. And it was never about anything else other than being ready in the moment.
Yep. Divine
And when the
timing.
seed is planted, it takes time to grow. So you humans have had many knee-jerk reactions, many spaces of discombobulation. Many of you have what you would term awakened, been woken up. Since this space of 2020, yet 2012, and even beyond that. This was written a long, long, long time ago.
Yeah, I found out in '96. I started. Actually, when I was 13, I started with like a Kundalini awakening. It scared the bejesus out of me. There was no Google back then, so it took me like 15 years to find out what happened.
Correct. And do you see how long, long, long that may seem in human terms?
Yeah.
Yet in where we are, think of it as terms of engagement. How many of you write contracts? And as you write the contract is stipulated, yet contracts are torn up. So these are your soul's agreements at the same time. Many of you have been designed to be here. And many of you are deciding what is important from a space of change. So as many of you are deciding to wake up to you, how many of you have truly taken the time to find out how you truly are? How many of you have truly taken the time to look within inside of yourself? Think of it like this, Tim. You were searching, yet you were wrestling. We love the term as we know that you were a wrestler. We are so clever. Yet we know that the wrestling was happening inside of you. And the more you were wrestling, and the more you were frustrated, and this was the vibration you were putting out there, and this is the vibration that you were receiving. You are all within the year of the 2024. And in this evolutionary year, the spiral effect is where nothing is ever ending and nothing is ever beginning. Yet you have all decided, and we say all, in the collective of who you all are, in the oneness of consciousness. Many of you are now noticing how the grids within the earth are all joined, how the matrix is never separate, ever. ever, ever, ever. There was always connection. There was always flow. And this is what many of you are noticing.
I was put here for when Jill activated the crystalline grid on April 1st last year. Because I
There
had
are
to be
many
here.
different activations that are going on. There are many different groups that are aligning with one another. And we feel it is important to say to anyone who is watching this right now, become consciously aware of yourself. It is not about putting us or anybody else on a platform. It is about the information and the resonance of the information that is being delivered. And when the information is being delivered in a harmonious way, we sense that many will notice that this is about the change that you are all becoming. Michelle has asked us to keep it simple, so we are keeping it simple. And as these changes are happening around the world, even within the statues, even within the buildings, the Colosseum, the Parthenon, the in Petra, in Jordan, in Italy, in India, in China, there are many different platforms, many different lands, many different ancient wisdoms that have existed long before you humans have come in to this space. Yet we say to you that many of you have lost faith in yourself. And when humans lose faith in themselves, they lose faith in the space of discernment. Are we making sense?
Fear. Fear is your enemy.
So this is a year of change, facing and feeling, feeling and facing, facing and feeling, feeling and facing, feeling and
That's what's coming.
It is. And there is this upheaval. And in order for humans to redefine what it is that they want, what is the world that you want to live in, look like, feel like, exist? There is an upheaval coming. Not good, not bad. We are not here to discourage humans. Many of you are well aware of this already.
It's necessary. People won't wake up otherwise.
Yes and no, no and yes. You are already awakening. And many of you can bring change in the blink of an eye. So be the change.
Are they playing with the frequencies again? Because the Atlanteans did that to their people, and that's how they lost their thing. They started using the crystals to brainwash people, and now with the chemtrails, they dug up the crystals in Yucatan in like the 30s, brought into Pennsylvania, and then all of a sudden we start getting like, UFO stuff and Philadelphia projects and all this other weird stuff. And now with the chemtrails and the frequencies, that's how they, it was never about climate change. It was about depopulation and waking people up.
You have hit the ball out of the park. You are correct. The fear that has been driven around many of you, again we say to you that, please give us a moment. There are many that are feeling. There are many that are feeling, and notice how we're using Michelle's hands, this information that has just dropped in. We ask you to please, we want to bring change. We feel it is important to bring a vibration of change. So please think about this fear-based concept.
For others more than me.
We understand and we know. Yet we ask you, as the information that you have just brought into the light has dropped in for many, aha moment, yet we feel it is important to shift this moment. vibration of humanity as they heard this information, those that are here right now listening, gasped. And the question that eluded themselves was, who do we believe? Is this true? We're not too sure. Yet even in the questioning of that, it is important. How many of you are fed false information continuously? How many of you are questioning? You may even question us. Who are we? Where do we come from? Is this right? Is this wrong? Is this light? Is this dark? And it is a sensation of the vibration that is in the offering. We know already that there is so much damage, interference. And the interference is creating disharmony to many of you who are in the collective, who are of the collective.
Brainwashed by the repetition. That's why the news always says the same thing. And then that's all they hear, and that's what they believe, and that's what they do.
Well, how many of you want and have pleaded and have resisted to clear all the damage around the war and the wars and the warring and the ammunition that goes along with this? Yet how many of you know where these forces are, where they lie, where they live, where they exist? This has all been going on for centuries, the planning.
My last job, I built so many things for weapons of war.
We know. And did you enjoy it? It brought huge sadness to you, beloved Tim. And we thank you for expressing. May we please help you with the sadness, as you are not a part of what the decision was. Please forgive yourself, beloved. You did not know any difference. You at that stage of your life were doing what it took, did you not? So please forgive yourself right now in this moment as we see you in this expression of you being truthful. As much as you were part of the building, you were not part of the plans. And many humans like yourself resonate with where you are at right now. Many humans are learning, as Michelle had disclosed this morning, learning to find forgiveness. So may we please bring a toning of forgiveness to your heart right now. We thank you. Please allow your breath to flow in and out, as a filter. Time of change, time of change, time of change, time to be seen, time to be seen, time to be seen. Allow your breath to come through. Forgiveness to be had. Forgiveness to be had. As you are well aware, Michelle had shared a huge amount about shame, guilt this morning, and carrying the shame as you have has made you feel heavy. So we thank you. We thank you for sharing. And in your sharing, we know There is a sense of calm, yet you are not here to blame yourself. You have not been the one that unjustifiably created what was created. Would you say this is a fair observation?
I didn't or implicate them the way they were.
We know. Yet many of the truth finders, like yourself, and as you express your truth, and as you find the forgiveness inside of you for not knowing, many humans did not know until they know.
I know.
Many humans have created the division, yet you did this and you didn't do that. How dare you? This is not okay. And in this division, it is exactly as we are showing you right now. So even in the division of what the governments have brought into light, for what the
Hegelian
governments,
dialectic.
please say again.
The Hegelian dialectic. Problem, reaction, solution.
Correct. And all of the above, yet not.
Yeah.
There is one truth and one truth only. And that one truth exists deep within. Think of a well. The well never runs dry, as there is always water flowing underneath. This is how you humans are.
We'll
And
find a
as
new
you are shedding and sharing your truth, it is about your wisdom, your vulnerability
one. Yeah, I
that
never thought
allows
I was gonna-
others. Please say again.
Yeah, I never thought I was going to say that.
We knew it was your time. When one feels safe to disclose, one feels safe to disclose.
I got a lot done.
And it is now closed. The wound of the past is now closed.
Yeah.
And now every time you hear of a defragmentation, you allow yourself to take a big breath. War has been around for centuries, has it not?
Yeah, I know.
And the human race has been taken out many times, has it not?
Yeah, we're stupid.
And yet you keep coming back stronger and wiser as we see it. Many of you are questioning how come we as the teams, how come we as the spirit guides are not getting involved.
Your job, it's our job.
We are here to share. We're here to walk with you on these timelines.
Help us, not no one can save us but us.
You have your own ability. And your abilities are strong. Hence we say to you, you are all incredibly important. Not one of you is not as important as the other. Yet as you have put many on pedestals, not you, but many others, many of you looked up. We are surprised you do not have sore necks.
Yeah, I got very few of those.
Even with all the film stars,
I hate them.
or the musicians.
This week on our forever.
We know. Yet we say to you, it is not about the hatred. It is about loving yourselves and noticing that you are all a part of this human society. And as you find the change within, you become true conscious. And it's not to say that you're not. All of you that are here today, all of you that are watching, you are all a part of this change. You know the statement, be the change that you wish to see.
Yep.
Yet your constitutions that have been written many, 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 many years ago, the way that your children have been taught. We find this interesting. Even last week, Michelle was talking to a human being that had been through the 12-step program for addiction. It is way, way, way back in the archaic ages. And yet, who has stood up? Who has stood up? Who has stood up to say, we think it's time for change? And each human is brave enough to be the change, to ask for the change. And this is part of the universal truth. As you ask, the universe delivers.
Yeah. I don't think we should kick the can to our kids, so everyone should. Yeah.
Many
Step up their
children are
game.
coming to this world brighter, quicker,
Yeah.
faster. Hence, the teachers, the systems cannot keep up.
And then
Hence, they
that's
are
why
wanting to be dummied down, medicated, dummied down, medicated, dummied down, medicated, dummied down, medicated, dummied down,
yeah.
medicated.
And they don't like independent thinkers. They just want you to regurgitate their propaganda, it's called.
Well,
Because the
these
Latin
children,
word and to English is the most corrupted, backwards inversions of every word. Everything, what people think words are, they have to look up definitions in dictionaries. They're not talking the same words. It's weird. It's so inverted.
well, these children have light frequencies that they
They're not
have
gonna
come
buy
in
it.
with,
And
and
they're not gonna believe
they are here to bring rapid change.
it. Yeah, I think so.
And you see, even as we talk over each other, we know that there is a frequency that we are so excited to share, and we
I
want to
know.
share it.
I
And we know
know.
that this is part of where humans often do not hear one another. Yet in the excitement of wanting to hear one another, in the excitement of wanting to share with one another, in the excitement of the catching
Get there. Yeah.
each other's breath. When one breathes and fulfills, one breathes and fulfills. When one breathes and fulfills, one breathes and fulfills. Do you see how simple we are saying this right now? To bring you all into your space of knowing. Next question, please.
Um, there's an old like legend and tale about how when David cut off Goliath's head and then he brought it to Jerusalem, but Jerusalem wasn't even part of Israel for 1,000 years. And then Jesus wound up getting crucified on the Mount Goliath or whatever. And then there's like a weird um prophecy or something about that. But is that what they're talking about? Like he brought the head there, and then that's what Jesus was crucified on the same mountain or something? Like 1,000 years later? Like that's weird.
It is weird, you're right.
How did he know 1,000 really? Good
Again,
planning.
do not believe everything that you have been told, everything that you are reading, everything that you have read in the past.
Yeah.
So yes, as you are well aware, everyone, and we know that everyone is an enlightened being, yet you come into this earth to find, to reveal, to understand, to seek, to know, to speak, to hear. And it is simple to go back to your question. It is not all the truth.
Yeah, I completely
Many
get it
will
on.
claim that it was here, many will claim that it is there, many will claim that it is here, many will claim that it is there, and yet who knows?
Yeah, I wasn't all in on that one either. I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna ask though. I'm gonna ask.
We thank you for asking, yet we say to you, who knows? It
Yeah,
is simple.
I wasn't
You
there.
humans are led to believe, well, this is sacred water, this is sacred water, this is
Yeah.
sacred water, this is sacred water. La! This is sacred water. Drink the sacred water. The Council of Eight said, this is sacred water. Now we're going to drink this is sacred water. Yet the energy, the essence of Yeshua, the energy, the essence of Jesus is one where he walked both journeys. He walked the duality of
Yeah.
true existence. He was hated, was he not?
Yeah, by both sides. Feared by one
Exactly.
and a problem to the other.
Correct. The Last
Well,
Supper.
yeah.
How
And he was
many of
spared by
you?
some else.
Please say again.
They could have just gave up the criminal instead. And they gave the innocent guy just to please the crowd, the mob mentality. That's the problem we have today.
Yes and no, no and yes. And yet, as you all find the light within inside of you, we say to you that as we are coming directly through Michelle, as the beings of light that we are, this is about your truth. This is about how you find yourself in this journey. This is about how you know yourself. And when one knows themselves, the only sharing of the truth as we see it is a truth of love.
I just feel like I failed something huge, or I was on the bad team for something huge, and then now I come back, to fix it the other way, on the opposite. You know what I mean? To do, like you said, duality. And I can't tell. I can't tell if it's, like I let people, like trick me, or if I was, one of the idiots who, got brainwashed.
We are scanning your body right now in your vibrational field. And as we said to you, you came in with the energy of chaos.
Mm.
So as you are learning to let go of the chaos, your life will be less chaotic. May we please help bring a vibration into your home, into your land, into your state, into your country, and the rest of the world. And for anyone that is here right now, we ask all of you to breathe in into love. And as you breathe out, see the grids light up, the golden grids, the keeper of humanity. So please, for you right now, beloved Tim, think of your home. Think of this new journey that you are on. You are not the person that you once were. Please know this. You are not the village idiot. You are now a light keeper. We have shared this with you before. Hence you gravitate, and the crystals have gravitated towards you. You have been in crystalline form once before, as you all have. So now please think of your country and the countries that are requesting to be seen in a different vibration. You are all ready for this change. We say this with truth. And as your hearts beat, and as your hearts beat, and as your hearts beat with love, with kindness, compassion, caring, you find the grace within. We thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
For being the gentle, encouraging human that you are. No more chaos, only divine light, divine truth. And over and above all, divine love. We love you, we see you, we know you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
good. They always do good. That was
How'd
awesome.
that go?
I didn't think they're gonna like it. It was crazy.
Oh,
We went places I didn't think we were going. I didn't even got things on my list or anything.
really?
They were ready for me. They were ready for me.
Wow, that's amazing. Well,
Yeah.
thank you to everybody that's been here with us today. And it's kind of like coming back and going, please, can you stay? Please.
And I can talk all day. That's right.
And all nights.
Yeah. Yeah. Sleepy.
Tim doesn't sleep much, guys.
Yeah.
But you know what? Seriously, and I'm going to try not get emotional, but I'm going to.
You're killing me, again.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Michelle. You saved my life.
I can actually hear my heart beating in my ears. But thank you so much for pushing me out of my comfort zone.
We
It
got the
means so
talent.
much.
You just gotta show people. You just gotta show them. And look, you only do one take anyway, so I think you are great. So I think you'll
Thank
be
you
happy.
so much. Well, what you've brought to our world, you're an absolute trooper, and what you've been through in this life. I was chatting to a beautiful gentleman last week who he interviewed me, then I interviewed him, and he's got a beautiful podcast called a Broader Lens podcast, Boo Boo Garcia. And Boo Boo also went through a huge amount of, he was involved in gangs and just the trauma that we've all been through. And here's this human being that's here to want to bring difference. Like you, like me, we just want to bring something different to the party,
And have our past not catch up. You want the past chasing me down. So you just gotta stand up to it. Just let go.
Yep.
It's hard. I mean,
Yep.
I know it's hard. You know me. I'm far from a guru. I make no claims, so
Listen,
disclaimer.
I can't say anything this morning. I was telling you how I was calling people arseholes over the weekend.
Oh, if that was all I was calling people, that would be nice.
But no, seriously, from my heart to yours, thank you for pushing me out of my comfort zone. I'm sweating terribly.
I took my shirt off already. I'm like, this is not gonna work. Like I got mine off. I'm like, I can't.
And this is the beauty of how our higher selves or our souls or our hearts know what's coming. Because before I was kind of like, oh my God, like, my husband made me a ham and cheese sandwich. I haven't eaten ham for freaking years. I stuffed it down my face. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to be grateful. I'm just going to, I'm not going to be picky today. But I just stuffed it down my face. And I thought, okay, I don't know. But I just felt like I was like, oh my, what's coming? I was like, it's Tim, Michelle. It's going to be Tim. And then I got this.
And I knew something's gonna be wrong before we go on the council of eight, like an hour or two before. If something's already going on, I'm already like, oh shit. You know what I mean? You get 2 glasses of water for this one. But when we came out today, I nothing. Like I knew you would knock it out. So
Wow, thank you so much. Okay, I can now. I don't want to drink my water because otherwise I gulp.
that's all right. Lauren's a gulper. I always make something like, Lauren, you go plug your shot.
Oh, that feels good. So
Yes.
to any of you that are here, I don't even know if you are, but thank you.
I know we didn't tell anybody. We didn't tell anybody. I've been on Facebook for like 14 years.
I know.
Everyone's gonna be calling. I get 4,000 messages now.
Thank you for everybody. I'm just trying to touch in on the messages, and I'm incredibly grateful.
You remember
I say,
anything?
pardon.
Do you remember some of it? There was 1 or 2 doozies.
I remember something about Iceland. Is that right? Something about Iceland?
Yeah. We skipped over
And
that one.
yeah,
We touched on it, but
I don't
the
remember anything else.
my job, the weapons.
Oh, shit. Yes. How old are you,
Yeah, I didn't
Tim, if I
exactly
may
tell
ask?
what.
How old are you when you were doing that stuff?
25 till the day I got hurt. I got hurt doing it.
Wow. Sure. And
Yep.
do you ever wonder if, like, did you ever question yourself while you were doing that, when you
Yep.
were in that job?
When I started making things for radars that I knew were just not radaring for response, that's when I was like, and the thing was that I was the only one making them. Like, so it's not like, oh, it's like me and 50 people. Like, that was mine. I mean, and then all of them. Like, every time you see a golf ball on like a cruise ship and stuff like that, if it's the military, I made a thing in there. And they use it for terrible shit. And then, and then when someone else tried to do it when I was sick and they made 6 fires, I had to go in there and that's how I found out, when I got chewed out, almost burned it down like a $20 million installation, but I didn't build that one. That was the only 6 I didn't make. But
I know, and you know what came to mind, and I say I know, but respectfully, I don't know, obviously. But as you were saying that, Brent and I, my husband and I, when we we're back in South Africa, we used to buy storage units from people that had either gone
yeah,
overseas, and the very first one we got was it was awful because we opened up and we just found all these photos and stuff that belonged to somebody,
yeah, it's so
and
bad.
I just said to him, I said, I don't know if I can do this, and he said to me, we call each other Bunny, as you know, and he said to me, Bunny, if we're going to do this, we've got to take emotion out of it, and we
Mhm.
sort of we stepped back and we became the observer and said, okay, well, because we went through it, it was the legal teams that had said, listen, this person's not paying anymore. We've sent them,
Yeah,
a lot of
they would do it to you.
requests, emails, and absolutely, So what we started doing was the collectibles, the photos, and the passports, and whatever we
Yeah,
find that was, we would take it back to the storage unit in the hope that maybe the person would come and fetch them, because those are things that you can't replace.
yeah,
But it was a really hard one because even toys, we had.
you never
I would
know.
go and collect toys from people. Again, there's this referencing that we have as human beings, where people thought it was okay to give homeless people, because we would gift the toys and old clothes and that, to different charities and different
Mm.
squatter camps in South Africa. But people would give like holes in their jeans. And
Yeah,
eventually I was putting
at least give
messages
them
out
like a
saying, come
suit or
on,
something.
guys. Like,
Yeah,
seriously, why would you give a homeless person a freaking pair of pants or
yeah.
shoes that have
If
got
you have,
holes in?
yeah, if you have fat, give them your suit, and then if you get skinny, you'll be happy and you can buy a new one. You're good. Let them get a job
Yeah.
with it. Don't give them a pair of
Yeah.
busted up
Well,
jeans.
you know what? It was just this. And Brent and I were talking about this the other day, where I said to him, do you remember that time where I remember where people would come and fetch the stuff from our home, because I really, really, really couldn't go into the squatter camps because it was just too hard for me. And that might
Yeah,
be a coward or a cop out, but
no,
I couldn't bear the poverty. I really could, and the children. Like, I just wanted to take all the kids and all the
I know,
dogs
I
and the
know.
cats and that,
Yeah, but a lot of that's also their
Well, we all
presentation
play our
to get your
part,
heart.
Tim. Yeah,
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 to
yeah,
get
exactly. But we all play our part in some way. So
yeah,
I eventually realized, because it was driving me mad, like, are these clothes, are these toys going to the actual places that these people have come to collect for? And I really had to trust in that, because I was going to drive myself mad going, because, I think mostly people, honestly, a lot of people like to look after themselves,
oh
and
yeah,
whatever that means, and I think
the more local the better.
I think that's what we're breaking through, is that way of thinking, which is if you look at I was watching something with Jay Shetty the other day about like, I think there's 18% of us, I don't know how the statistics are proved, but we're lucky to have a bed to sleep on, a pillow, warm
Yeah,
running water, because
yeah.
so much of the population out there is so poor.
Only one
And
billion people are on the internet out of 8 million, out of 8 billion.
say
That
that
says it all.
again.
Only 1 billion out of the 8 billion people are on the internet.
1 billion out of 8
Of the,
billion. Oh, wow,
uh,
really? Sure.
yeah, I'm sure it's a
And,
little higher, but
well, do you ever think because I was thinking, what happens if those people are actually happier? Those 7
they
billion
are.
that aren't on the
They
internet, that don't
are.
know this stuff, they just continue in life.
They are. Michelle, I don't carry my cell phone. If it rings, sometimes I don't look at it for like 3 weeks. I don't go online. I
Wow.
gave it all up. It just once you see like the inversions and the evil and the symbols and it's everywhere. And I just couldn't stop seeing it. You know what I mean? Then you learn more, and then I'm like, and then like everyone, like you said, you got on a pedestal. Everyone I thought was a good actor. Everyone I thought was a good musician. I mean, they all no, they all got there for bad reasons. Not all, but it's bad.
Absolutely.
It's
I
bad.
think that's what my hope is, is that until I take my last breath one day, that in some small ripple effect, that even with this, that we've brought some change, and it might be a change of thought, it might be a change of heart, it might be a space in which people go, wow, actually just get out of my own way,
Yeah. And a lesson
and
we
that
learned
is
for the
my hope.
future. A lesson we learned to do something better in the future, hopefully.
Well, yes, but at the same time, remember the future's playing
Uh,
itself out right now. So
yeah, as I say, it's a
how can
circle,
we
I
be
know.
the change? How can we be the change that
How,
can be that future? And
how does it go, like, back and forth? Like, you know what I mean? Like the circle, like electricity comes in and it does the vortex, so it comes in and goes uh from south to east up, and the magnet comes from the top and goes from west to no south, whatever, down, like the opposite. And that's your toroidal field. And that's like all energy works. That's how, that's in the Merkabas, everything like that. So, I just think that if it is vibration, then it is we're thinking our world into shit. We are literally thinking and worrying it away. Everyone's so busy worrying about shit instead of just handling it or dealing with it when it gets there, or prepare as much as you can, because the clear mind in chaos is the king. Whoever stays calm during the chaos takes all the chips. That's why they
well,
say buy
that's the
the street.
master, isn't it though? That's becoming the master and the guru instead of the reactor or having the reaction, because
Yeah,
there's that statement or saying, if oh God, and this
keep
is
track.
where you when you the what you the calm in the eye of the storm,
Yeah,
because the storm's happening around you, but you stay calm. And
yep,
that takes incredible, in my opinion, incredible practice. I mean, look, I
yeah.
called myself out this morning saying, I literally, I
Sometimes
called
not practice.
somebody.
Sometimes just defense or just shit
No,
circumstances.
exactly. Well, this morning I was like, geez, I still need a lot of work on myself, but then I watched something with Dr. Gabor Mate over the weekend, and where he, 10 years into working with ayahuasca, how he had been taken aside, and there was still the shamans discovered there was still some darkness inside of him, some old emotions, and I was sharing this with somebody, and they went, yeah, but have you looked at him? But there is dark inside of him, and I don't choose to look at people in that way. I
Yeah,
know darkness exists. I know that
and everybody.
I mean, I come from South Africa. I've seen,
Yeah, when the
I've,
economy crashes, you'll see grandpas robbing stores in their suits for the
well,
kids.
we've seen riots, we've seen looting, we've seen kangaroo courts. I don't know if you know what
Yeah,
kangaroo, I've not
yeah,
seen it, but I remember being a
yeah. I lived
19-year-old.
in New York.
Oh, wow, of course, yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Well, I remember being a 19-year-old young woman. I think I was in my second job as a sales rep, and I used to sell milk products. I used to work for a dairy company, and I was a sales rep, and I always had a merchandiser with me. So we'd go into the stores and I would check stock, and we'd reorder, and they would clean the milk bottles and the yogurt and all that.
yeah,
And the one day, I'll never forget this one gentleman who was one of my merchandisers, such a lovely guy, but he was disgruntled about something. I can't remember what it was. And I said to him, Nicholas, are you okay? And he had said to me, he said, Michelle, and these were his words, white people sometimes don't understand what it's like to live in the world as a black person. And I looked at him and
yeah.
And he
Pretend
shared
to
with
go
me
on the road.
as a young boy, he had witnessed somebody having a tire around their neck and
Sorry.
lit up. And I could never imagine that. And I just put my hand on him and I said, I'm so sorry, Nicholas. I'm so sorry you had to go through it. And I don't know if it was white or black or I don't know. It was just what
Doesn't matter,
happened
yeah.
in where he grew
Yeah,
up. It didn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
But I remember just feeling this overwhelming sense of sadness because, like, I remember thinking, shit,
Like that can
is
break
this
your
world
brain.
actually get, like, can people hate so much to watch that, you know, to, like, I really battle watching violent movies. Like, I really do.
Yeah,
I used to be
I
able to,
watch
but
it.
I can't anymore because I'm just like this. I think this is real, man. Like, this is real. We
Yeah.
don't
And
need
then
more of that.
no, no.
But it did,
And
it just
even
saddened
the
me.
music used to be happy. Remember, 50s, you couldn't put any of this rap on. Rap was a CIA funded thing on the East Coast and the West Coast. It's a proven fact. They pumped the money into the certain people to get that culture, and then to get them together, and then to divide and conquer with it, and it worked. And then
Wow.
now look at all the stuff coming out. They're all blackmailed. They're all getting in trouble. Remember, I told you I had problems with these people and this is the reason. This is from I've known about that for 26 years because I was in Queens with them.
But you see how long it's been going on for, you know, and even in me
Yeah,
referencing being a young woman, it was just in that moment I felt sadness, but so much compassion for this man who was doing the best he could, you know, with what he had gone through. And I think that that's what I'd love to end with is that if we can all just show up for each other in
yeah,
moments of in moments of perhaps feeling disjointed, in moments of, when we see somebody who's of a different color or race or creed or culture or
yeah.
religion,
It
does
doesn't
it
matter.
really matter? You know,
Yeah,
just
no.
see that person and know that that's a human being that has a beautiful heartbeat. And that's really what I hold on to.
Yeah. I mean, what if you adopted him as a kid? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, people like whatever kind of dog they got. I mean, what the hell? Is it that hard to like the person? Like, talk to them. Maybe you'll work together, do something good. And a lot of these people are hustlers. They're good. Someone always has value for something if you're smart enough to piece them there.
Mm,
And hopefully they, grow.
I know. And I have no idea why I'm just feeling all these feels right now, but thank you. Thank you for showing up. And
Fun.
it is funny, you're wearing black and I'm wearing white.
I don't know. Yin and yang.
A
I
yin
told
and
you
yang.
I
And
meant to have to do
that wasn't planned.
At
And yes, Dean,
least
you
I
have
don't
to
have
go
the
from
whole
crying to laughter.
yeah. At least I don't have the whole group wearing black this time. They're like, yeah.
Yeah,
The next week
exactly.
I wore white. I'm like, I'm gonna
I
freak that
know.
out.
But thank you, Tim. Thank you. This is the crystal man. Look at all these crystals in front of him, guys.
Yeah.
And he
Sad
has one
part
of
is
the
this is
biggest hearts. He has one of the biggest hearts, and I think has been probably so misunderstood for such a long time.
yeah.
But you have a
But
very
the thing
big
is, like,
heart.
even now that all the stuff's coming true, they're still not like acknowledging it. That's what I'm like.
Who? What do you
Just
mean?
like people like even my family. Like I've been telling them something for 20 years. Like now you can see it on the TV and you still can't open your eyes. Like you're that much of a whoever voter. Like I don't even care who's in there. My thing is the kids and like
I
that's
know,
really
but you know what? Sometimes I think families may be the hardest to convince. That's just been my experience, you
my
know.
mom's
So
triple
when
cancer.
who?
My mom's triple cancer.
Oh, with her star signs.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You remember how you always say you have water signs? She has all of hers are in the same damn all water.
Wow.
So it's just like
Okay.
emotional, you know what I mean? Like but she's a cop and
And
carries
then
a gun. It's
then I
awesome.
come into your space.
Yeah. At least you're not armed. She
Yeah.
comes in
Yeah.
strapped. I'm like, all right.
I don't know how to take that.
She does. She carries a gun. I would
Strapped.
too.
Clink. Okay. I'm so glad you softened. I would have shat myself. Oh goodness. But thank you, Tim. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
yeah, thank you for being you. And thank you for healing in the way that you are and being the light.
Trying. I mean, I failed,
We
but I
all
always get
are.
back up.
We all
I'm
are.
just going forward. That's what everyone needs to do. Just go forward. Just keep moving. When it sucks, just keep moving. Can't get worse sometimes. I mean, I wouldn't say that, but just keep going. We'll get there.
Exactly. And you know what? This is part of the I believe the way we're all evolving. I think I say all, but I like to, because it is that the collective consciousness that we're talking about.
Mhm.
And for me, it is, I always go, if you can do it, so can I. But
Yeah.
if I can do it, so
Or
can you.
yeah, and if you tell me I can't do it, I'm gonna show you 2 ways. If you tell me it's impossible, I'm gonna show you 2 ways how it's done. You know what I mean?
But I never
Anytime.
know with you, is that two ways like
Two
this?
ways. Yeah, like that. So I can drop one in case I fail.
Or one way? The only way is up.
Yep.
I'm just
I
joking.
the thing is,
That was me over the weekend. I was like, I wasn't using the fingers, but I did call somebody an arsehole. And I was like, stop it, Michelle, just stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop judging, stop judging. And then I realized this morning I've still got work to do on myself.
well, everybody does. It's the believing thing. It's not, if you want to heal yourself, you gotta know. You gotta know. You gotta just give it all up to God, whoever the hell you give it up to, and just know. You know what I mean? And
I love
and
that.
if they're gonna take it, then that's your time. But otherwise, it's the fear that gets everybody. Everyone's too scared
Gosh,
to talk to
Tim,
it.
what a journey we've both been on.
Yeah.
Wow, what an amazing, amazing journey. To hear those
And
incredible wisdom, or that incredible wisdom come out of you was always there.
we're sitting on the only 2 spots that land's gonna rise. So we chose well. New Zealand's gonna get bigger, and right off Florida's gonna get bigger.
What do you mean in terms of population?
No,
Oh,
it's
in
our,
terms of the
it's
whatever's
either
underneath.
yeah, because it's only like from here to the Bahamas, it's like 4 to 12 feet deep the whole time. It's like nothing. You like so even if the pole like shifted tiny bit, the bulge would move, and the bulge is like a half a mile, so you would be. I mean, if it moves the other way, then obviously Florida's a little trouble, but
Yeah, but it comes to mind. Louise Hay said this many, many, many moons ago.
it's Edgar
Beautiful.
Casey I got from too.
Pardon?
I got that from Edgar Casey.
Oh,
It's from
really?
Casey.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, she said, because we're vibration, we're energy. And I think that that's where we get to hold the power. But if there's the energy of anger and rage and intensity, that's where the that brings me
Earthquakes.
back to the global warming concept, because how much of it is I was listening to something the other day where they spoke about these, and sorry guys if I'm going to offend anybody who has electric cars,
And the
human
worst.
garage. They were speaking to a guy who says that so many, I can't remember the gentleman's name right now, but if you go into the Instagram and the YouTube, this gentleman that they were interviewing speaks about how these battery run cars are affecting women with infertility,
Yeah.
sperm, and
You have nowhere
if
to
you
put
think
them.
about it, it makes sense. You're sitting on a battery. You're sitting
Yeah.
on. You were explaining it perfectly early on about how we
Yeah.
are this
Toronto.
torus field and the energy of who we
Yeah.
are.
And those batteries are the second most poisonous thing out there. They get stored next to nuclear waste. Intelligent.
Wow. I know. So, like, again,
What
it's
the hell?
again, take on what resonates. What doesn't
Yeah.
resonate, park it. It's a load of shit. But,
Well, we
you
talked
know,
about we talked about this when you were under. I brought something up that was crazy. You'll have to back watch. You remember the
oh,
chemtrail thing?
really? No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll have to listen back again.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
is interesting. Hey, it is interesting how much our technology is projecting us, but yet at the same time, do we really need it? I mean, I get frustrated every time I have to upgrade my phone. I don't have to,
Yeah.
sorry. Those are the wrong words to use, that I
No,
choose to upgrade.
they're putting in obsolescence built in every time you download on Thursday when Microsoft comes out. It's called something obsolescence. Like they're planned obsolescence. They're literally making your phone. Remember how the phones used to last forever? And
Yes.
well, and they don't anymore because they're building in bugs and clogging it
Is
up. So
that
you're like, oh, I
true?
gotta get. Yeah, because I got a charger that undoes it for you, and you plug it in, it charges in like 16 minutes, and then the thing will stay on for like 2 days. It's them
Okay,
plugging
where
it.
can we buy this from you? Because like this
Yeah,
is
I
this
can
is
send
my
it to you. Like 30, I paid
bane.
like 30 bucks. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's like planned obsolescence. And the lady brought it to the company, and she thought she was gonna be like hired and like promoted. They're like, get the hell out. So she's like, well, I'm taking this thing with me.
crazy, eh? I know.
Planned
Okay, so
obsolescence.
let's bring it back because we know. I'm just going to go back to Louise Hay. She said
Yeah.
that we can bring the change. You talk about the energy and these continents that I think are all
Yeah.
shifting and
Even
changing.
yeah,
We
volcanoes,
can
the
be the
sun.
change.
Yeah, we control that. Like our conscience is going crazy, and even 8 billion people going nuts, they can make that happen. If 8 billion people wanting to save the earth, you'll save the earth.
Okay, here's an example. Looking at all those beautiful crystals that you have, none of them grew in a few seconds.
No,
I mean, the Council of Eight were talking about this pearl this morning when we were in
bro.
our
Yeah.
community group, and they said it's not a perfect pearl, you know, and no pearl is, but it grew. I mean, I don't know how
They're
long
organic, yeah.
this would have
Years at
formed
least. That's big. Yeah.
exactly, and the same with your crystals. So I feel like so many of us have come for this change, and I really hope that this change is exactly what we've all been hoping for,
Yeah.
whatever that
I
change
nothing
is.
ever is though. I think it's just we're gonna keep juicing up until one day people are gonna pop and take that train, and then the rest of you know,
But
the middle us
simplicity is
dragging.
becoming a thing. I don't know about in the States, but here in New Zealand, simplicity is a thing, you know,
Well,
where
I think
people
yeah.
still have honesty boxes, where we share, where we,
Oh
excuse me,
yeah.
I might put on our thing like, hey guys, I'm looking for lemons. I'll swap you with, you know,
You gotta
plants
do
or
that
whatever the
here.
case may be. So I hope that that's part of what we are all wanting again. It's just simplicity, hey?
Yeah. And that's even with like we can't do that here. I mean, even in Florida, I moved from like the rich, the richest, most pain in the ass, 50% of your money. Yeah, they tried to charge me $34,000 in taxes once. I just left. I'm like, I'm done. That's not even the mortgage. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? That's crazy. And then when I moved down here because of the COVID stuff, it turned into like now like all this real estate like shot through the roof. I'm like, oh, it's gonna crash again like right afterwards. You know what I mean? So I had to like sit and wait. I'm like, man, I missed it again.
I know we kind of
It's like
want
a
like
burn.
another island to pop up, and all of us are like,
Yeah.
run, run.
Well,
Me
that
first, no, you first, no, stop you, no, me. There's my camping spot.
the thing is, if one of those islands pop up and you have an island out there, that's why certain people did, then you own it and
Yeah,
you own the stuff of it. So that's why you had weird people buying things around Cuba, and that's why would the United States go over the world to weapons of mass destruction, all that stuff, and then leave Cuba right there like that,
yeah.
60 miles off the tip of water. It's so that no one can go there because then you can see all the stuff down there. Like
Mate,
this
sure.
Charles Lindbergh used to fly over this. This is the Kentucky Fried Chicken guy got involved somehow. No, weird.
Wow, that sounds like a whole different discussion, hey? So,
Yeah.
Tim, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you,
I
thank you
love
from my
everything.
heart to yours. I love you very much. And thank you to all of you that have been here and watched us. And thank you for getting me out of my comfort zone. Jeez, like that was, yeah, not easy, let me tell you, okay? But we did
Yep.
it. We did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I knew
So
you would.
thank you for being the visionary that you are. And thank you to everybody being here. I'm not too sure how to disconnect, so I'm just going to end. And love you all, guys. And maybe, hopefully, we all start feeling the vibration of love on some level.
Yeah, if
And
I can,
that
you guys should be able to do it.
he sure can.
I thought you were on the other train.
Love you guys. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you.